Yo, what's going on out there, everybody? We got a special episode of the ShakeBack Sports OT. And I know it's been a minute since we've done this particular project. However, I had to call out somebody who made some ridiculous statements about the Raiders on Her in the Huddle this past Tuesday. That's Marshawn Powers, of course. So we're going to argue and debate about who has the better wide receiver room out of a few teams in the NFL. Willie Epstein Jr., man, hold it down. We're running two-man weave with this one. So you already know what it is, man. You already know what we got to do. Here we go. Let's go get it. Yes, sirree, buddy. You already know what it is when you hear that music. ShakeBack Sports Show. OT, baby. Powered by the ShakeBack Media Group. Follow us on Twitter at ShakeBack Media Group. Instagram at ShakeBack Media Group. On Facebook at the ShakeBack Media Group LLC. YouTube, ShakeBack Media Group. Make sure you smash the subscribe button. Hit the bell for all new content. I'm about to bring this dude in. He is my little brother from another mother. He ain't no stranger to the ShakeBack Media Group, as he is a prized and well-valued contributor. But I'm about to eat his lunch today, man. We about to get into some wide receiver stuff. And there he is, Marshawn.
Yo, what's up, Willie?
Thank you guys out there for checking us out on YouTube Live as well as Twitter. And guess what, Marshawn?
What's up?
I have figured out a way where we can actually be live streaming on Instagram.
How? Right now?
Let's
do it.
Go pick your phone up. Ladies and gentlemen, pick your phone up and go to your Instagram. You should see our beautiful and handsome faces there as we get ready to talk about this wide receiver room. So, Marshawn, where do you want to start, man? Because I got some issues. I got some beef with you with what you said. Why, as a matter of fact, why don't you tell the listeners and the viewers out there what we talked about on Her in the Huddle, me, you, and Rachel and Caleb, what we were talking about that spawned and birthed this special episode of the OT.
So we were actually talking. We were going through the schedule game, which I'm gonna be honest. I didn't want to play the schedule game because I don't want to jinx these Browns this year. We already got enough stress on us. I didn't want to jinx it, but we played it, and I forget the context of it, but it got down to the point where we were talking about how I said that, we finally got a quarterback. I think we got a quarterback that can make our receivers great, and I think that we have one of the best receiving rooms in the AFC. We could definitely argue the NFL, but I definitely believe my Browns have one of the best receiving rooms. Yeah, we had the Jarvises and Odells, good names, but I think right now with the skill sets that we have, and the quarterback that we have, I think you'll see that we'll be top, in my opinion, top anywhere between the best to top three. It's all said and done.
In the NFL.
In the National Football League.
In the National Football League. Okay. Well, it just so happens that I have some wide receiver rooms pulled up.
Okay.
And we're going to go to the Cleveland Browns because of what you ridiculously said.
Okay.
Now, Amari Cooper, Donovan Peoples-Jones, David Bell. Who's that? Okay. And then you have also Anthony Schwartz, Jakeem Grant Sr., Jamarcus Bradley. Okay, out of all those names I just named, there's more that I've heard of that I haven't, because you also have Travell Harris, Javon Williams, Isaiah Weston. I don't know who those guys are. But this David Bell kid, DPJ, he might be the one that stands out after Amari Cooper. So Amari Cooper comes over from Dallas, who went over there from the Raiders, who I said good riddance. And the Cowboys that were saying, we got our receiver, we're going to the Super Bowl. Well, you haven't gone to the Super Bowl yet, and Amari Cooper is now in Cleveland. So that's the prime three receivers there. I'm going to go straight down south, the 71 freeway, to the cross-state rival Cincinnati Bengals. And they have Jamar Chase, T. Higgins, Tyler Boyd. So you're telling me that the Browns, with what we just named, and the Cincinnati Bengals, who we just named, who, oh, by the way, went to the Super Bowl last year, oh, by the way, have Jamar Chase, who set a rookie record in receiving yards in a season. You're telling me that the Browns receiver room is better than the Bengals?
Yes, oh man, you put me on the spot here.
No.
Yes. All right, so here's why I say yes. You know, I mean, I'm not going to argue with you that the Cincinnati Bengals receiving room is pretty good. It's amazing. But at the end of the day, I feel like with the talent of, you get DPJ, who, I mean, I don't know, coming out of Cleveland, coming out of camp last year, everybody said DPJ took the biggest leap, but you couldn't see it. Why? Because we had we had that guy at quarterback. We don't say his name on the ShakeBack no more. No, okay. We had that guy at quarterback. But I think now that we have Deshaun Watson at quarterback, you'll see him take the lead. Amari Cooper is Amari Cooper. I mean, is he going? If he get 1,000 yards, I'll be surprised. But I expect him to get, over 800 yards. And then, like you say, we have, David Bell, who, in my opinion, I think is going to be a sleeper pick. I pay a close attention to the Big Ten last year because I went to a Big Ten school. So, if you take away the Ohio State receivers, the Chris Olave and the Garrett Wilson, David Bell was arguably in that next group of three that could have been great, with Jahan Dotson that went to the Commanders, Dante Demas from my school, Maryland, that got hurt, but it probably will be a first-round pick next year. And then you had David Bell. I think David Bell is definitely going to turn out to be that guy. And, I mean, the Browns obviously believe in him enough because you let Jarvis Landry walk away to New Orleans for nickels. So I honestly believe David Bell would show up. And then a guy who I always get these feelings. I tell you this, Willie. I always get these feelings about undrafted receivers, sleeper guys that could possibly make the team and make a splash. This Isaiah Weston kid, I think his name is going to be heard a lot. One, what was the guy, Christian, that got drafted by the Green Bay? Christian, was it Christian?
Let me see. I actually have it right here. Christian Watson.
I was going to say Christian Watkins. Christian Watson. So out of FCS, everybody was talking about how Christian Watson was the best receiver in all the FCS. Isaiah Weston had better numbers, could get better separation, but just his school, he didn't go to North Dakota State. He played for a team that wasn't as good as North Dakota State, so he's not going to get the publicity as if Christian Watkins would do because he went to that school. So I think we got a really underrated guy. He's 6'2", 6'3". Everybody say size don't mean anything because the taller guys really don't be that much in the NFL. But I honestly believe that you're gonna see a difference with the Browns. You're gonna see a difference with the Browns receiving room versus you did last year. And I know we don't bring tight ends into the receiving combination, but I think David Njoku is gonna do a lot of damage as well because he's more of a passing tight end than he is a blocking tight end, in my opinion. So I expect him to definitely, add on to the receiving room and make it a more dynamic receiving room. So go ahead, put some rooms up against me.
Okay. Well, and look, we're gonna put this on a poll on Twitter when we get done.
Okay.
And it's probably gonna have to be two separate polls because you only get 4 choices of answers on Twitter. But I'm already picking the Bengals. I don't give a dang what you say. I'm already picking the Bengals because they got Jamar Chase on one side, and we saw what he did. When he was at LSU with him, Terrace Marshall III, and
Justin Jefferson.
Justin Jefferson, when they were all at LSU together, Jamar Chase was the best receiver.
I remember. I told people before he even came to the NFL, I knew he was going to be damaged.
Okay, so who on the Browns can you say was the best receiver in their wide receiver room in college? Maybe Amari Cooper, but not those other. Well, those other two dudes, yeah. But these other three dudes that we're talking about with Jefferson and Marshall and Chase, they were all on the same team. I remember that year they played Texas, the first game of the year, 3 years ago, I want to say it was. And Jamar Chase and Jefferson, what they did to the Texas secondary was nothing short of criminal. Now, I'm going to move over to another team in your division, and we ain't going to spend too much time on them because their wide receiver core is horrible. Rashad Bateman, Devin Duvernay, James Prochet II. We're not going to even spend no more time on that.
We don't even need to talk about that.
No, we don't even need to talk about that. So let's go to the Pittsburgh Steelers in your own division, okay? Gone is Juju Smith-Schuster. Deontay Johnson is still there. They got Chase Claypool, of course, from Notre Dame, and George Pickens. So if you ask me, it's going to be the Bengals, the Browns, and then the Steelers, and then the Ravens. I already know what you're gonna say. Go ahead.
I'm gonna say it's gonna be the Browns, it's gonna be the Bengals, it's gonna be the Steelers, and then we could agree on the Ravens. I think the Browns receiving core is a little bit more dynamic.
Okay, now one of the games that we talked about on Her in the Huddle that you guys have that you will be visiting Buffalo. Okay, so we're gonna go there. They have Stephon Diggs, Gabriel Davis, and Jamison Crowder. You know what? Outside of Stephon Diggs, and I think that in this particular season, where I believe I said in the Ballers Report podcast on the Warzone Sports Network that the Buffalo Bills wide receiver core was upgraded when Cole Beasley left. But I'm taking that back because I don't know about Gabriel Davis. He showed out. He showed out in the AFC divisional round or the AFC championship game or the divisional round against the Kansas City Chiefs. So he has arrived. Stephon Diggs is probably one of the best route runners and has one of the greatest pair of hands in the NFL. Jamison Crowder is a wily old vet that has done it with the Jets and done it with the
Commanders.
The Commanders, yes.
Yeah.
So if I'm stacking Stephon Diggs, Amari Cooper, DPJ versus Gabriel Davis, and then Anthony Schwartz or the other kid or the kid that you just I'm not even
I forgot about Schwartz.
Yeah, but I'm not gonna even talk about the kid that was just drafted because he ain't got no stripes yet. So I already see this receiver core, this receiving room from Buffalo being better than the Browns. What you got? I'm hammering you now.
All right, so if we go Amari Cooper versus Stephon Diggs, I'm not biased with that one. We're gonna go Stephon Diggs in that aspect. Gabriel Davis versus DPJ. I'm gonna go DPJ, man. I think DPJ is really nice, man.
Over Gabriel Davis?
And this is a Michigan guy. And we talking about a Michigan guy. How often do I ever give respect to Michigan folks besides Tom Brady? I really think high of DPJ. I think DPJ don't have the speed in my opinion, but he can make the spectacular catches. I think like I say, he's never dating back to college, he's never had that consistent quarterback. I mean, Shea Patterson. Then you go from Shea Patterson to that quarterback that we used to have. They used to play for the Browns, who was decent, but he wasn't great last year. So I really believe that like I say, with a different quarterback, we'll see a really solid DPJ. So DPJ versus Gabriel Davis, I'm gonna side with DPJ. Jamison Crowder versus whoever the third receiver is, I'll give it to them. But then again, we got a fourth stringer and a fifth stringer. I think we still got extras and extras. So I'm gonna have to slide it with us because they top heavy. They got three solid pieces. I'll give you that. I'm not gonna sit here and lie. They have a three solid rotation, but I think we have more than just three good receivers. So I have to side with us.
I'll give you that because there is some depth there for the Browns, but depth doesn't always equal quality. So
we got quality depth. I'll tell you that. We got some quality.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna ask the people that are watching on Twitter right now to weigh in. Put your comments in the section so we can so we can get you shouted out on the show as well, because this is real talk. Okay, I'm gonna stay in the AFC East
Okay.
and go down
I know where
to.
you're going.
Where do you want me to go? Tell me where you want me to go.
I know where you're going.
To the Patriots,
No,
the Jets,
no.
the Dolphins. Let's go to
Yeah.
the Dolphins. Okay, so the Dolphins. Now you can't mention the quarterback. Okay, we're not talking about the quarterback. We're not talking about the quarterback, Marshawn. We're talking about the wide receivers. Tyreek Hill, Jalen Waddle, and Cedric Wilson, who they got over from Dallas. Are you picking Amari Cooper over Tyreek Hill?
Am I picking Amari Cooper over Tyreek Hill?
Are you picking Amari Cooper over Tyreek Hill?
Oh my goodness. I'm gonna say, well, depends on.
No. It don't depend on nothing. We are basing all of this on the body of work.
Yes.
To this point,
Yes.
you're picking
Yes.
Amari Cooper over Tyreek Hill.
Yes.
This dude is nuts.
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
Explain why.
Because, well, they have Tua.
I said don't mention the quarterback.
All right, talent wise, no, I probably won't take Amari Cooper over Tech, because that dude, he can fly.
But he can also run every route in the tree. Every route. Every single one.
So can Amari Cooper. And Amari Cooper hands is official, but he's just durability. When it comes down to Will Pickett, just speed and durability. That's really the only thing that separates the two.
So are you picking DPJ over Jalen Waddle? Dude.
Yes. I'm confident in that one. Yes. I know Jalen Waddle had 1,000 yards. He had 100 catches. I know that.
And he's faster than, I know DPJ is fast, but Jalen Waddle is faster.
I'm going with DPJ.
Oh my gosh. And then Cedric Wilson, he's a good third down back.
You might get me on this one. Miami got a solid receiving core. You might got me on this one.
Okay, so now we have the Bengals. If you're putting it where we are right now, because you said the Bills, and I can kind of give you the Bills based on the depth chart part of it and the quality of those guys as you get further down. So we would have the Browns, the Bengals, and the Dolphins. And right now you have the Dolphins better. No, you have the Browns better than the Dolphins, right? And you have
they neck and neck, slim margin.
But wait a minute, because there's more. So you have the Browns better than the Bengals, but the Dolphins neck and neck with the Browns, and the Bengals. No. Go ahead.
No, all right. So I got Browns, I got Bengals, and then barely slight below Bengals. I'll put the Dolphins barely slight below. For right now. This list can move around.
Okay. All right. You know what? I'm not gonna hammer you too much because you're faltering already.
I'm not. I know. Listen, I'm gonna say I think I only really know my honest opinion. I'll put probably maybe one or two AFC teams that's better than the Browns. I'll put one or two.
Okay, let's stay in the AFC because I'm going to the Kansas City Chiefs.
That's one of them.
Juju Smith-Schuster, McCole Hardman, Marquez Valdes-Scantling, Josh Gordon. And they re-signed Josh Gordon in the offseason, which tells me that they have enough, or they've seen enough of him to believe that he's worthy of a roster spot.
Yeah.
So body of work, Schuster, Hardman, Scantling, Josh Gordon. You're putting the Browns over them?
Yes. Hold on. I'm gonna put an asterisk next to this one. Only because I feel like they picked up the Justin Ross, the kid that they undrafted out of Clemson. That I felt like I wanted the Browns to pick him up so bad.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like if he breaks out, then they'll be better than the Browns. Right now, I think the Browns have a better room than them. But if that Justin Ross kid breaks out, and we're not even adding in Travis Kelce, we don't even put him in there. But if that kid breaks out, we can revisit this one. But I think right now, yes, I'll put the Browns over Kansas City. Just right now, it could change. I could reserve that one to change.
Justin Ross, of course, was the receiver at Clemson. He was a much ballyhooed prospect coming out of high school, along with Trevor Lawrence, and he had a neck injury. He was one of the better receivers in the ACC before he got hurt. Okay, staying in the AFC. Let me just scroll down this list a little bit because I'm gonna save the best for last.
I'm ready for that.
Denver Broncos. Okay, Tim Patrick, Jerry Jeudy, Cortland Sutton. I think I'm gonna go with the Browns on this one because
I'm gonna go with the Browns too. And
go ahead.
No, the only reason why I'll go with the Browns, and I'm not gonna lie, like, remember when I used to say on Her in the Huddle, like Denver was one of those teams where if they got a quarterback, they had everything. You had Noah Fant, you had the Jerry Jeudy, all them guys, but I don't think that it's going. I don't know. Maybe I was too high on them, but I really think that none of those guys are, how can I say, star receivers. Like everybody's like, oh, Jerry Jeudy could be maybe, but I just don't think that none of those guys have breakout.
Well, I would encourage you to go and watch some tape on Jerry Jeudy and specifically target his route running.
He's a good route runner.
No, he's a great route runner. He is a great route runner. And they also have KJ Hamler, who they got in the draft from Penn State.
Straight line speed. He only got one route.
Yeah,
one route.
But that's important for these underneath guys. Cortland Sutton is a 6'3", 6'4", go up and get it type of receiver. Very, very, very efficient and proficient in the red zone. Tim Patrick, I don't really know enough about him as of yet, but these three dudes, Sutton, Jeudy, and Hamler, I'm going to put the Browns in front of them simply because of the injury issues from Sutton and Hamler and Jerry Jeudy. We had Drew Lock throwing him the ball. So I would say that they are better, or the Browns are better than them, but the Broncos wide receiver room definitely has an arrow that's pointing up.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, who do I want to go to next? Let's check the Indianapolis Colts. Michael Pittman Jr., Alec Pierce, Paris Campbell. We're not going to talk about that.
That's the Browns, man. They got none of them dudes can stay healthy. None of them dudes can stay. Paris Campbell ain't played more than 6 games in the season. I don't think none of them dudes can stay healthy.
And we know that the Colts are a run-first team with Jonathan Taylor, Nyheim Hines, and they also picked up Phillip Lindsay, who was a 1,000-yard back for the Broncos and for the Dolphins, if I'm not mistaken. All right, let's switch it over to the New England Patriots. Jacoby Myers, Devontae Parker, who they got from the Miami Dolphins, Kendrick Bourne. I'm gonna give the edge to the Browns there too.
Yes, sir. No arguments there.
All right, let's go to the. Let's see here. New York Jets. Do we want to go to the Jets? Let's go to the Jets. Corey Davis, Garrett Wilson, Braxton Berrios. Braxton Berrios is a dude. They love that dude, Elijah Moore. Garrett Wilson, of course, he is the guy from Ohio State. So we don't have nothing on him as far as the NFL goes. So the Browns got that one as well.
Yeah, I'll say this, and this is my unbiased Browns opinion. If they get the quarterback play that they deserve, to get the line protection, everything, 2 years from now, if I'm saying all of them guys stay together, the Jets pay them, they're gonna be dangerous. I like that receiver. That's one of my favorite up and coming receiving corps if they all stay together.
And if they can protect Zach,
yeah,
that's the big key. Okay, we're gonna go to 2 more. Actually, we're gonna go to 1 more before we finish it off, and what is the reason for our debate. Jacksonville Jaguars. You got to like what they got, bro. They got Marvin Jones Jr. from Detroit. They got Laquan Treadwell. I am not going to say him. They have Marvin Jones Jr. They got Christian Kirk from Arizona. He had a breakout year in 2021, 77 catches. They got Zay Jones from the Las Vegas Raiders, who's a speedster. So Kirk, Jones Jr., Zay Jones, and they also have, if you remember, Laviska Shenault Jr., who was pretty good as well. I think the jury's still out, especially on Kirk. I think Marvin Jones Jr. is really good. Zay Jones, he's got speed, but he's definitely not an Amari Cooper. He may not even be a DPJ. So guess what, Marshawn? I'm gonna give the edge to the Browns against the Jags.
I agree. I think I don't know. Do I think the Jaguars have a solidified 1,000-yard, or even they probably even have 1,000-yard? Do they have an 1,100-yard receiver this year? I don't know. I mean, maybe Christian Kirk could be that guy that be leading their team in receiving, but I don't really think that they have anybody that can just be the guy to just take over and even lead the AFC South in yards. So yeah, I'm definitely going my Browns until I'm proven wrong.
And here's the thing too about the Jaguars. Those are some nice pieces. Now, of course, Travis Etienne, the running back from Clemson, was out all last year. So this is going to really be his rookie year. They still have James Robinson in the backfield, also who rushed for 1,000 yards before Urban Meyer got there. But these three dudes, Jones Jr., and Kirk, none of them are can be considered number one receivers. Only Kirk and Jones Jr. may be considered a number two, and Zay Jones was a 4 at best with the Raiders. So the edge goes to the Cleveland Browns. All right, man. We got one more. You already know what it is. Let's go to the Las Vegas. You know what? We got one more before we get to the Raiders, because I got to say this. The Los Angeles Chargers. Mike Williams, Keenan Allen, Joshua Palmer, my homie Jalen Guyton. Keenan Allen is a top 5 receiver. Mike Williams is a monster with speed. Jalen Guyton was the recipient of the most amazing catch or throw by a quarterback when he caught that bomb from Justin Herbert against the Giants. Joshua Palmer is going to be working the middle. I got to give the edge, man, to the Chargers.
The Chargers? Yes. I like their receiving core. I respect that. I mean, I can see your argument. But we got, like I say, we got Amari, we got DPJ. So I think Amari to me is as good. Him and what's his face? The first one you said.
Keenan Allen.
Him and Keenan Allen is kind of both solid hands, solid route runners. I mean both have durability issues. Can you say that's a wash?
When you put it that way,
I'll get. How about this? Until proven otherwise, I'll give it to the Chargers. I'll give the Chargers that one.
All right.
Until proven otherwise.
Okay, I can see that because it is kind of a wash, but based on what we've seen, I would have to give the edge between Cooper and Allen to Allen. All right,
they got two top heavy. They top heavy. They two their X and Y receiver. I mean, X and Z receivers are really good. So I'll give the Chargers that one.
All right, last and certainly not least. Yes, sir. Las Vegas Raiders. Hunter Renfrow, 3rd and 4th and Renfrow. Demarcus Robinson, with all that speed, comes over from Kansas City. And some dude by the name of Devontae, is it Jodeci? Casey, JoJo, Devontae Adams. Devontae Adams, Hunter Renfrow, Demarcus Robinson against Amari Cooper, DPJ, and Anthony Schwartz, and the other kid that you named, his name escaped me again already.
Schwartz and
David Bell. Also for the Raiders, there's Keelan Cole, who was a standout 2 years ago during Hard Knocks. I'm gonna tell you this right now, Marshawn, and you're not gonna like this.
Okay,
It
I'm listening.
takes two Amari Coopers to equal one Devontae Adams.
I'm listening. I need more context. I'm listening.
That's it.
No,
It takes two Amari Coopers to be one Devontae Adams.
no, man.
I'm gonna tell
Y'all
you why.
got. Go ahead. Go
I'm gonna
ahead.
tell you why. Devontae Adams is tougher than Amari Cooper. He's more available than Amari Cooper. He has better route running skills than Amari Cooper. He has just as much, if not more, speed than Amari Cooper. He has just as good, or I'm going to say this, he has better hands than Amari Cooper. Not to say that Amari Cooper doesn't have good hands, because he does, but he still drops the ball way more than he should for a receiver with hands like that. Hunter Renfrow is way better than Donovan Peoples-Jones, simply because he is old, reliable. He had over 100 catches last year, went to the Pro Bowl out of the slot, and he can return punts and kickoffs if need be. So DeMarcus Robinson, he is going to be the one that's going to take the top off the defense, i.e. what DPJ can do. Now, DeMarcus Robinson was probably the third or fourth receiver on the depth chart in Kansas City, but I think he's still better than anybody that you have outside of Amari Cooper for the Cleveland Browns. And the reason why the receiver core for the Raiders is better, because they have Devontae Adams that is going to command the attention of other DBs, possibly double and even triple teamed. That's going to open up the middle and actually downfield for those other two guys. So that's why I say it takes two Amari Coopers to equal one Devontae Adams, because of what Devontae Adams is going to bring to the table in terms of being able to take coverages away from those other two guys who are also very good.
Okay. Okay. I mean, in my opinion, you know, Hunter. I mean, yeah, you could. I won't argue that Hunter Renfrow is, you know, a reliable guy. But again, like I said, our reliable guy last year is not here no more. Our reliable guy last year was Jarvis Landry. He's no longer here. So I think now that we've got rid of Jarvis, we've gotten rid of Odell, we've gotten rid of Hollywood Higgins, we got rid of all of that garbage last year. I think the reliable guy this year gonna move up, and it's gonna be my guy DPJ. DPJ was third in yards average.
Mm-hmm.
Third. He was 63rd in receiving on a bad receiving year. You know, and I feel like now that you gave him a comparable quarterback, we're gonna see. Average 17 yards a catch. That's crazy. So I'm going. You gonna disagree? We can agree to disagree on this one. You like your Raiders? I think we're deeper than the Raiders. I like my room. You know, the Raiders. You got two good guys, and you got Darren Waller. But I really feel like if it all came down to it, when the stats lead up and it's all said and done, when the 2022 season is over, we'll have a better passing season than the Las Vegas Raiders.
Okay.
I'm
So
wholeheartedly certain standing on that. We could put something on it.
no, we don't have to put anything on it, because I'm
Okay.
telling you right now, this is being recorded live.
Okay.
And I just figured out the reason why. I mean, I have been able to figure out why or how to get it live on Instagram,
Okay.
but it didn't broadcast live on Instagram right now because I forgot to hit one button, and I just hit it just now. And it's at the end of the show, but it's all good because it's a work in progress. You know, I'm engineering, I'm producing, I'm hosting, I'm kicking this dude's ass in this debate. It's just a whole bunch of stuff that I got to deal with at once. So let me say this, because you wanted to bring in the tight ends. I didn't bring in the tight end not one time.
I know, but that's a part of the receiving room.
And this is the reason why I'm going to do it now, since this is my ace in the hole. Since you said David Njoku is going to have a big year,
right?
Isn't Darren Waller like one of the top 1, 2, or 3 tight ends in the NFL?
He is. Absolutely.
Okay. So when you add him to the mix with Devontae Adams, with Hunter Renfrow, with DeMarcus Robinson, who can take the top off the defense, you mean to tell me that they still are going to have a better passing year than the Raiders? Because I just gave you 1, 2, 3 players in each room. The 3 players that are in the Raiders wide or in the receiving core: Waller, Adams, Renfro. Adams is better than Cooper. Renfro is better than DPJ.
No.
Yes.
No.
Okay.
No.
I'll give you that one. But Waller is better than David Njoku, right? So I still have the edge.
Nah, I don't think so. Because I really believe in this guy, David Bell. I really believe the Brown, in my opinion. We can say I'm biased, but I just think I feel like we're a little deeper than you guys. Yeah, you got Devontae Adams, but you talking like you're gonna get. Do you know you're gonna get Green Bay Devontae Adams? Do you know Devontae Adams kind of like, man, I got my $140 million. I'm just gonna ride it out. Like, no Super Bowl coming for me. We just gonna chill. Do you
But
know if you're gonna get that 1,500-yard Devontae Adams?
why wouldn't we? He's playing with the guy he wants to play with.
He in Vegas, complacent, and living life.
That dude is not anybody in the NFL or especially on the Raiders team. That dude will not become complacent. You know better than that. That's an insult, bro. You're grasping for straws now, man.
I'm not. I'm throwing options out there. I feel like, guys get money. It's kind of like, what am I playing for now?
Right.
And that's for some guys. I'm not saying every guy's like that. And I'm not gonna disrespect every guy and be like, oh, once you get your money, you don't longer care. But you have those guys out there. So I don't know. I personally think, you guys had a good season. You guys had 1,000-yard receiver from Hunter Renfro. You got over Devontae Adams. But I think with all the negativity on my Browns, I think we're gonna have a solid year. We're gonna have a huge year. You're gonna see a different Amari Cooper. His name was slandered. He coming over to the dog pound. They don't think he got the juice no more. So
all right, so just to wrap this up, and we're gonna get up out of here, man. So my final rankings out of the teams that we talked about,
okay.
I'll probably put the Raiders second. I'm gonna put the Bengals first. I have the Bengals, the Raiders, the Bills, the Browns, and then the Steelers.
I got the Bengals. I mean, not the Bengals. I'm sorry. I got the Browns. I got the Bengals. I got the Chargers. I got the Raiders. I got the Chiefs. And then I have the Steelers.
Okay. That's it. We out. This has been the ShakeBack Sports Show OT. I won the debate. Look for the polls on Twitter, ladies and gentlemen. They'll be out there in just a second. Master P, take us home, man. For Marshawn Powers, Willie Epstein Jr., ShakeBack Media Group, ShakeBack Sports OT. Y'all take care of each other. Y'all love each other. Y'all hug each other. And we'll holler at y'all again real soon. Peace. We out.